If we get rid of Ramaphosa, we get rid of the World Economic Forum in the form of his brother-in-law, right? In fact, if you get rid of Ramaphosa, you've got no more ANC on the top. And then, why don't you have a Zulu in the top 7? My goodness gracious, the Nguni group in South Africa, you must recognize and respect as the biggest group and the only person, only one that really has a king that is active. And what did Ramaphosa do? Okay, he introduced him, then he said to him, let's go to the Soccer World Cup. Great. It wasn't safe for the Zulu king to go to the Soccer Cup, so President Zuma, the only ever good president we had after Madiba, said, listen, don't go there, it is dangerous. You're in a fragile situation with your wife. Your brother wants to kill you, there's a lot of KwaZulu-Natal killings. So don't go to the Soccer World Cup. So what did Ramaphosa do? He went quickly around, got him in the Joburg hotel. I went after, so Motsepe came out, greeted him, I went up, and I found the Zulu king with another wife that I didn't recognize. So what did they set him up to do? They set him up on drugs, okay? And they started taking the photos. This is South Africa. Set him up on drugs, and now they've got all excuses. He's in hospital, he's here, he's there, he's there. Why did Ramaphosa plan to put the Zulu king on drugs? Why did he do that? And then why did he get everybody to take photos of a naked king and humiliate him? And therefore the king doesn't even go to his palace. He stays in Balitu. I went there. The premier of KwaZulu-Natal, under Ramaphosa's instructions, stopped the Zulu king's money. So I had to supply the Zulu king and pay for his staff. None of his staff, a Zulu king, a proud man, was humiliated in this fashion, caught by drugs. And then they can do with him whatever they want to. That is why I went to Nkandla, because I wanted to know for myself what is happening. That is why I became a friend of the Zulu king that disappeared suddenly, because they've given him drugs at the Soccer World Cup, and he was never the same. And then the fights with his brother, the killings, and all those.
Of setting up the Zulu king. Do you have proof for what you've said, especially the stuff you said about drugs and alcohol? It's quite a serious thing to say without giving proof for all these things that you're saying today.
I've done statistics in my second year in my master's degree at UNISA. I didn't complete the master's degree in business leadership at the SPL campus. Now, one of the things we've learned is deviation of the mean. So you've got a parabool, as we say in Afrikaans. It's got nothing to do with a woman's sex. A parabool is something that looks like that. So what you do is you look at that and you see how near to the truth is somebody. So here's the king. He's not on drugs. He's clean. So Ramaphosa fights with MK and with Buthelezi. Buthelezi and Ramaphosa and Zuma doesn't want him to go to the Soccer World Cup, because they know he can be influenced and this and that, and the security was an issue. His security wasn't tight. So they tried to convince, but behind Buthelezi's back and Zuma's back, he went and he arranged, Motsepe arranged for the Zulu king to go to the Soccer World Cup. And he went. And you can see now, since then, what happened to the Zulu king. What happened when I walked in, Motsepe walks out, I go in. He's clean. He's clean. He's clean. I give him some money for the salaries, for his people and whatever, in a whiskey box. Okay? Yeah, sometimes you have to give a whiskey and some money. You understand? So, and he goes to this girlfriend in his bathroom, and he comes back and he's zonked out, totally zonked out after Motsepe was there. Why? He was clean. Why is he staying in Balitu? Why did I have to help his staff? Because the premier stopped the pay. The Premier stopped the pay of the office. The lady sat and cried with me in Durban because they didn't get pay. The Premier stopped it. So there was total manipulation, and the Zulu King was talking about KwaZulu-Natal must be on its own, with their own money, with their own economy. That is what we were talking about. The next moment, this happened to the Zulu King, and then all the trouble with his brothers, and all the videos that came out of the naked women, and all this rubbish came out, because they put him on drugs. 1 + 1 is 2. Do you have videos? Why don't you, Network 24 has a problem with the truth. Why don't you place the videos of the Zulu King, sleeping with various women because he's been put up with drugs and he doesn't even know who he's sleeping with? Why? Why is the truth so sacred that it must be protected with a lie? The truth is the truth. And I came close enough to understand what is happening. Nobody wants to believe that Ramaphosa is hurting people and is manipulating, and Mabuza, hey, all the proof was there what Mabuza was doing in Mpumalanga. Nobody wants to believe it. But the thing for me is, when Network 24 sees the truth, you will see, okay, that man was killed. Maybe he's just sleeping a bit. This is Network 24. There's another man standing up, and I call a spade a spade. And I'm not afraid because they don't pay my salary. And even if they kill me, I'm 60. I've lived. What the hell?